Ugh, I'm doing another video without any makeup on. And this is an important video. Hey everybody, this is my informational video on basically the first month at Sierra Nevada Job Corps. Okay, so you get off the plane because you've just flown like an hour, nervous as hell, not knowing where you're going or if you're going to meet anybody. You know, you're anxious and you're anticipating the worst, or you may be anticipating the best. I'm not sure. It kind of depends on your personality. You get there and you're like, where are they? You get a little impatient, because I did. But they showed up and they had signs that said, welcome to Job Corps. There was a lot of nice people in my ambassador group that showed up. Those are what they're called when they come and pick you up. We are known as the new Ipod group. We have other names, but I won't go into that. Your Ipod group are the people you come with when you're on the plane, or the people that get there the same day you do. You stay with your Ipod group for the full 4 weeks until after CAF duty, and then after that you guys split up, unless you keep in contact with them. So your first day, you're nervous and you're on the bus, and you know, everyone gets into detail about what voc they want, what's their name, and stuff like that. They tell you to stay away from drama plenty of times, which please do. The more people you know, the more drama. So you finally get to the center and you see that it's huge and you're like, oh my god, when am I going to memorize this place? You do by the end of the week, trust me. So you get into the small room, and it's the input room. And you fill out paperwork, you eat lunch, you talk, you get to see your dorm. There's a lot of different dorms. Not a lot, but there's a couple. There's 11, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21. So after you unpack, you go back to the room, you talk a little more, fill out more paperwork, and then you go to the rec, which is usually when everyone stares at you like, oh my god, look at the new shit puts. Sorry, that's one of the names. I met my roommate after school because I was in my room. So you go to the rec, and usually if your roommate's nice like mine was, they will come and introduce you to everybody and be like, this is my new roommate. So the rest of that week, you basically take a lot of tours, you get to see the town, you fill out more paperwork, and then you go into Miss Kelly's room, which is, you're only there for like 3 days. She's very nice. Very, very nice. The second week, you go to Miss J's class, which is where you kind of do career prep. You know, you write your resume, you do your first set of work, and it's not bad because then you get to pick out what voc you want. This is where it gets confusing because usually they make you do research on what you want, and sometimes you find out that's not really what you want. The third week, you go into Lamont's class, which in his class is like the last step to CAF duty, which I will get into. Basically for 2 days, you do a lot of more career preparation, and then on that Wednesday you actually go to hands-on, which is the voc that you choose to be in for half a day. So whatever voc you want, you get to be in it for half a day. I chose MTE, which is maintenance. I loved it, to be honest. To be completely honest, I loved it. Anyway, off personal stuff. So for half that day, you go to your voc that you choose. And then the other 2 days, I kind of forgot what happened, to be honest. So now you're in 4th week, which is CAF duty. School usually starts at 8, so you wake up at about 7. They want you up by 7 usually, if you're not going to eat breakfast. But for CAF duty, you have to wake up at 5:30 and be at the CAF at 6. That's basically where you pick a job around the CAF and you do it for a whole week. You do get paid extra for it, but oh my god, it wasn't terrible for me, but not my line of work. There's lots of jobs. You can have washer or window. Window's usually the unrecommended one, but it wasn't as bad for me. And then you basically clean the cafeteria, you get things ready for the next meal, and then at 3 o'clock you get to leave early, which is 1 hour from when all the vocs get out. And then you go and have a shower. That's basically why they let you out early, because you smell by the end of the day. And you hate the smell of the CAF by the end of that week too. 5th and 6th week is X roster. And this is very important. You don't just choose any Vogue to do X roster because you have to go for 2 weeks. Usually the 1 week you can usually switch if you really, really don't like it. But they make you do 2 weeks of X roster. And I chose MOS, which is Medical Office Support, as my X roster choice. I loved it. I really do. I like paperwork. I like homework. I'm just that kind of person. I like to be behind a desk with a phone and a computer. That's me. However, if you're more hands-on, anything but business and MOS might be for you. If you want me to name the Vogues and what they are in the next video, I shall do so. Anyway, after the 2 weeks, if you really like it, then you're on V roster and you're in your Vogue. And academics people. There are some people that need to take academics like me. I've chose to get my high school diploma also, even though I have a GED. You can get both. If you have academics, usually you'll have flip-flop schedule. I have flip-flop, which means I have 1 week of academics, 1 week of Vogue. Some people just have straight academics because their Vogue is full. There are some Vogues that are full. If that tends to happen, be sure you don't have your high school diploma, because that's all they'll make you'll do. I got my Russian accent back. But yeah, other than that, it's all fun from there. Just, oh, the dorms. Dorm stuff. The first week, you don't have to do dorm duties, which is cleaning. You have accountability at 9 o'clock in my dorm. So they assign you jobs, they make sure that you're here. Once you're done cleaning, you can do whatever you want until 11 o'clock. You just can't leave the dorm until smoke break if you smoke. And then after that, 11 o'clock is lights out. They check your rooms to make sure you're in there. And then your day starts over again. The food, not 5-star quality. That's all I can say, you know. It's my opinion. I wouldn't say it's the best food. It's like army food. But you know what? It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's a great opportunity. Like, I'm glad I'm taking it, and I'm glad I went for many reasons. That's the video. I hope it helped some of you. If you guys want to know the Vogues, let me know, and I will do a video on the Vogues they have. Thank you, everybody, for watching.